Hello students, welcome to CS Academy. In this session, I will explain you the most important concepts of vapor pressure and cavitation. Okay, here let's start with vapor pressure. Before going into the concept of vapor pressure, I want to let you know the small concept. Here you all know the equation PV equal to mRT. Okay, here at constant volume, that is according to Charles law, okay, the pressure is directly proportional to temperature. Okay, the pressure is directly proportional to temperature. That is, let us consider I am taking some water in the container up to certain point. Okay, some water I am taking in the container up to this point, and I will consider the pressure of this liquid as same to that of the atmosphere, that is 101.325 kilopascals. Okay, if I want to supply some heat externally like this, okay, after some time what will happen, the temperature of the water will go on increase, and at certain time what will happen, the temperature will become 100 degrees centigrade. At this temperature the water will get boil. Yes or no? Like this, if I reduce the pressure of this water, what will happen, the boiling temperature of the water are also get reduced. Okay, similarly if I increase the pressure of the water, what will happen, the boiling temperature of the water will also increase. That is, as the pressure of the liquid is increased, that boiling temperature also will increase, and the pressure of the liquid is decreased, the boiling temperature will also decrease. This is the very important and to understand the concept of vapor pressure. Okay, now let's discuss about the concept of vapor pressure. Here, to understand vapor pressure, I want to take some water in the container. That container should be closed one. Okay, that container should be closed one, and I will take water up to this point. Okay, up to this point, and the water temperature, let us consider 25 degrees or 30 degrees, whatever it may be, and this is the empty space. Okay, this is the empty space. Now I am supplying heat externally like this. Okay, and the pressure of this liquid, let us consider 101.325. Okay, and the temperature is 25 degrees centigrade, and here I am keeping the pressure of the liquid is constant. I just supplying of heat. Okay, that's it, I just supplied heat by keeping the pressure of the liquid is constant. After some time what will happen, the temperature of the liquid will get 100 degrees centigrade. At this temperature the water will be start boiling. Okay, due to that boiling, what will happen, at the top side of the water will get some vapor. Okay, like vapor bubbles are formation like this. Okay, these vapor bubbles which are formed on the top side of the water will go to the top side of this closed container. Okay, like this, and these bubbles will strike this closed container and come back to the surface again like this. Okay, due to these water bubbles, some pressure will be exerted on the surface of this liquid. Okay, that pressure, that is the pressure exerted by these vapor bubbles which are formed due to the boiling of the water will get some external pressure on the surface. That pressure is nothing but of vapor pressure. Okay, vapor pressure, that means the pressure exerted by the vapor formed by the boiling of the water is called vapor pressure. Okay, this is the concept of vapor pressure. And here what I did, I just kept the pressure of the liquid is constant, and just I increased the temperature. If I represent this one is graphically like this, if I consider pressure on y-axis and temperature on x-axis, if I draw triple point of water like this, okay, what will happen, this is the liquid region, this is the gaseous region, this is the solidus region. Here for this liquid I just kept pressure as constant. That pressure is, let us consider 101.325. okay, from this point I am increasing the temperature like this. Okay, from 25 degrees to 100 degrees like this. What will happen, at certain point the temperature that point is nothing but 100 degrees centigrade. At this point the liquid will go converted into gases or vapor region. Okay, this point is called conversion of liquid to the vapor region. The temperature is 100 degrees centigrade and pressure is constant, that is 101.325. This is the representation of this case 1. Okay, this is, let us consider this is case 1. Here in case 1 I just kept the pressure is constant, just I increase the temperature. If we see case 2, here what I am doing, I am not supplying any heat. Okay, here I am not supplying any heat, just the temperature of this water is 25 degrees and pressure is 101.325. Okay, here I am keeping the temperature is constant, that is 25 degrees centigrade. I just reducing the pressure. Okay, by some external factors, whatever it may be, I am reducing the pressure of this liquid. What will happen? The pressure is directly proportional to temperature. Okay, as the pressure is I am reducing here, the boiling temperature of the water will get reduced. Actually the boiling temperature of water is 100 degrees centigrade. As I am reducing the pressure, the boiling temperature will get reduced like this 80, 70, 60 like this. And at certain point what will happen? The boiling temperature will reach 25 degrees centigrade as the temperature of the water. At this equal temperatures like this, the water is containing 25 degrees centigrade and the boiling temperature of water is also 25 degrees centigrade. At the same temperature, water will get evaporate like this. It will extrude some vapor bubbles. These bubbles will hit like this and come back like this. Okay, and apply some external pressure on this surface due to this vapor bubbles, and this is nothing but of vapor pressure. This is case 2. That means this case 2 also can be represented in the graphically like this. This is the pressure and this is the temperature. This is the triple point of water and this is the liquid region, this is the vapor region, and here I am keeping temperature is constant like this. This temperature is, let us consider, I am keeping as a 25 degrees centigrade, and from pressure 101.325, okay, pressure 101.325, I am reducing the pressure like this. Okay, and certain point what will happen? This is the point where liquid is converted into vapor. Okay, this is the point where liquid is converted into vapor. Like this we can represent graphically also. These are the two cases how the vapor pressure is acting on the surface of this liquid. Okay, and the next important concept is the cavitation. Here cavitation means the formation of vapor bubbles and their collapse is called a cavitation. Okay, here I will explain you the concept of cavitation. Here let us consider a pipe which is allowing the some water, okay, like in this direction from right side to the left side direction. Okay, let us consider this is the high pressure region. Okay, the water is flowing from the high pressure to the low pressure like this, and once the liquid reaches the low pressure, here we know already that pressure is directly proportional to temperature, that is the pressure of the liquid, and this is the boiling temperature. Once the pressure of the liquid is reduced, what will happen? The water will get boil and form some vapor bubbles. Okay, up to here there is no any problem, the formation of vapor bubbles. Once these bubbles will flow from this low pressure region to somewhat high pressure region like this. Okay, what will happen? The total process I will explain here. See, the vapor bubble will be formed as like a spherical structure like this. Internally there is some pressure, that pressure is called vapor pressure PV, and outside of these bubbles there is some water has a pressure of a local pressure, that is a P local. That local pressure is somewhat less because this is a low pressure region, yes or no? So local pressure is somewhat less than the vapor pressure of inside this spherical balloon, spherical water. This is a vapor bubble. Okay, and once this vapor bubble will come from this side to this side, that means right side to the left side, what will happen? Here some high pressure region, once it is reached here, what will happen? Some external pressure which act on this spherical shaped vapor bubble. Okay, like this structure, this shape of this spherical structure will convert it into some different uneven structure because of this external pressure of water acting on this bubble. Okay, here what will happen? The local pressure will be, that means the water pressure or local pressure will be greater than the vapor pressure. Okay, so that the structure of this the shape of this water bubble or this vapor bubble will get reduced or differently it is changing. Okay, and after some times the collapse of this vapor bubble will happen. Due to this some bigger sound will come. That sound is nothing but a pitting action of this bubble. That pitting action is nothing but of cavitation. Okay, there are some different types of effects are there due to this cavitation. Those are the parts which are allowing this water are eroded. Okay, and the life of these pipes or whatever it may be may damage it, and there is some noise in the pipe during the cavitation. Okay, these are the some disadvantages of cavitation. And to avoid the cavitation, what we should do means here we should maintain somewhat bigger pressure, somewhat higher pressure to avoid the formation of vapor bubbles. So the main thing is the local pressure should not be less than this the vapor pressure. That means it should be greater than or equal to vapor pressure. Then and only we can avoid the formation of cavitation. Okay, and there is one cavitation number. If the fluid satisfies this cavitation number, and the formation of cavitation is will be avoided. Okay, this is the total about the cavitation and vapor bubble formation. Okay, I hope you understand the concept very clearly, and please subscribe my channel, like and share. Thank you for listening. Thank you.